I know you all are hungry, but we have about 6 minutes for questions if you guys have any. There? Can we have the mic, please?
Good afternoon, everybody. My question is marked towards Mr. Reddy. You just talked about the roadmap. What do you think, in your opinion, is more crucial? Is it the clear-cut thinking process for the roadmap or its implementation? And who should be made accountable for this?
I won't claim to be an expert in this because I don't know. But all I know is that if we work together, we will find the solution, we will find the roadmap. I don't have the roadmap, but I know that that's a good destination to be there. And we cannot do it on our own. We have to work with government, we have to work with airlines, we have to work with AI, we have to work with various other stakeholders, and there has to be a concerted strategy to get there. So accountability is, as an industry, if we all succeed, everybody benefits. If we don't succeed, then nobody benefits.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. I want to ask Mr. Agrawalji, to develop industry as a whole, airport authority is putting a lot of effort to have a lot of airports, putting thousands of crores. But my concern is, lot of good airports like Surat, where the thousands of crores of money is spent, the timing constraints are very high. It operates only 2 hours in the morning, which will be a big handicap for the private charter operators as well as who want to land helicopters and also the cargo planes. Not only Surat, like that it may be Rajkot, it may be Hubli airport. So there are more than 90% of airports, because of scarcity of staff, just if we increase the manpower each airport 4 or 5, it will be available whole day. That is my question. Why the government is so conservative in spite of, after spending thousands of crores on the airport, why not appointing just 5 or 6 extra manpower to make the airport available throughout the daytime?
Surat Airport, which you have mentioned, was that of the state government, which they gave us for development. Initially, we developed it. We were developing it for smaller aircraft operation. Later on, changed to Airbus 320 class operations. This is fully. All the facilities have been fully operationalized there, and whatever watch hours we have provided, that is as per the demand of the operators. So as and when operators want to do a different timing, just for 1 or 2 casual operation for a helicopter it will be absolutely difficult for us. But in case of any regular operation from any airlines, we'll be happy to accommodate them and extend watch hours for any of the airport.
But sir, this is a larger worry, isn't it? Lack of human resource, manpower, trained, skilled manpower in the future. This is what we are going to face. Because
I think indirectly you are stressing towards, focusing towards shortage of ATCOs. That the basic issue was when we could not recruit for some years earlier. And then later on, because of the sudden growth, we had to open up a lot of sectors in the busier airports. You know, Delhi has more than 1 runway operations now. Mumbai has 2 runway operations. And Chennai also we are planning to have 2 runway operations. So that these are the busier airports where more people are required in that case. So we are addressing that issue, and hopefully that should get resolved within another 2 years also.
Right.
But wherever demand comes, we'll be accommodating somehow. We'll be accommodating that.
Any more questions? Yeah. Can we get the mic, please? Okay, after this.
This is the question for Mr. Agarwal. Yesterday the minister was talking about the common man travel on the airline, and now you have any plan to have any airports for the low-cost carriers? Even I have a suggestion, just in Hyderabad and Bangalore you have a spare airport. Why don't you use for that and give a cheaper rates for the low-cost carriers to fly? Like in Kuala Lumpur, you have a separate airport for these low-cost carriers. Not only Kuala Lumpur, in Europe also you have separate different airports. You have already these two facilities which can be utilized for low-cost carriers, so that the common man can fly. Common man means, I can remember the mobile phones came and only the top people are using. Now everybody is using. Like that, why not everybody fly? Because India, you don't find much richer people. There are a lot of, middle class and lower class are there. And also I can figure out once this Air Deccan has started, a lot of people was traveling for 1,000 or 1,500 rupees, but unfortunately that has stopped. And to promote more airlines, you have to give a competitive rates in the airport. You should not charge, and you should not force the airline to spend more money on, say, on ground handling or the other sectors.
Your point is well taken. There has been a demand for low-cost airports or low-cost terminal. As far as low-cost is concerned, from airport point of view, regarding operational systems, there's nothing like low-cost. I can't have a low-cost fire services, I can't have low-cost air traffic services, I can't have low-cost runways. It has to be as per ICAO specification and performance standards. So there probably we have a difficulty in cutting down the costs. Then question comes, why not address PSF issues? So PSF, if you see the PSF major component, that goes towards the security element. PSF component, which is 210 rupees per ticket. Out of that, only for airport functioning, we get 70 rupees. And out of that 70 rupees, any operator, any airport operator, maybe airport authority or any private operator, if he provides what facility he is going to cut down for a passenger to bring down the cost. There has been some recommendations that why not to do away with the mechanical systems. But these mechanical systems end up in a very high efficiencies and very quick deliveries. So that can be cut. Suppose you have no baggage conveyor there. You are going to have a problem. There are no lifts. So there is going to be a problem. Or lesser seating space, less chairs. Then persons sit on the floor. So with a cost like 70 rupees per passenger, I feel there is little scope to further reduce the cost. As far as this Hyderabad and Bangalore airport is concerned, this was because of the provision in the initial contract document. With the permission from the government, we had to close down these facilities for commercial operations. Yes, this was a facility available, which could have been, then these facilities are right in the center of the city, could have been used for low-cost carriers, maybe some concessions also could have been considered at that stage. But because of allowing a greenfield airport to come up, because of the high capital investment, government in its wisdom has taken a decision to close down the existing facilities. So we have to abide by that. So that is how it stands.
Okay, one final question. Okay, one minute, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just tempted to add a few comments. One is that you have to realize that India has become primarily, from a domestic perspective, a low-cost market. So if you see today, low cost is growing at a much faster pace. It's already beyond around 55% of the entire market is now low cost. Very soon it may be 60, 70%. So that means that practically all airports have to become low-cost airports. So whatever investment is gone in now is infructuous. So it's not possible. That is one. Second thing is, I think, about this airlines and airport charges, I'm very tempted to respond to that. Let me just tell you that of all the airline costs, depending on the fuel price, and it changes every day, nearly 40% of their cost is on fuel. In comparison, airport charges, what airport gets as a revenue is 3.5% to 4%. Now, I must commend, I think airlines have done a phenomenal job in marketing themselves about airport charges, but it's 4% compared to 40% on fuel. Secondly, airlines also tend to say that whatever they spend in the airport for their own staff, for their own facilities, that also they say is part of airport charges and say it's about 8%. But that's not in our control. What we control is only about 4% of their cost, and I don't think that makes a significant dent in whether they're successful or not, or whether traffic goes up or not. At least that's the fact today. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Good afternoon to the honored personalities and the chairman of Airport Authority of India, Sri V.P. Agrawalji, and all the delegates from India and abroad. Sir, in response to the public notice, I have applied in response to the public notice of Airport Authority of India in 2007 on 19th of November, and there is no response to this public notice. Is this public notice is a responsible public notice?
What public notice are you talking about? Because I don't get it.
The notice is setting up a flying club at various places in India. The information to be put on the AI website. And I have applied in response to that public notice for non-operational non-metro airport. And today that non-metro airport, non-operational airport is an open air lavatory for the Indian citizens. Okay. And I am one of the citizens who responded to this public notice, and there is no response to this public notice.
I think it's the question on some of the non-operational airports to be given to flying schools.
Number one, I am not aware of the notice what you have given, and I'll also publish this information on our website, which are the airports which are offered for setting up a flying institute, if that's your concern. And initial round we had given certain airports for this purpose, and second round again certain more airports which are less busy that we are going to do. You may be aware that a flying activity cannot be done at a busier airport. So airports based in the cities generally we discourage that because that hampers with the normal traffic. So this information of flying schools, I mean, where somebody can set up a flying school, we'll put up on our website. And individually, if you write to me, I'll reply.
A bunch of facts has been faxed to the...
Yeah, why don't you talk later during the lunch break? Thank you.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, I'm afraid...
you can talk to me individually, I'll give you the information.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's all the time we have.
A simple question, sir. Why the airport authority has not responded to me?
So,
it was
I think the chairman has said that he's going to respond to you. He's responded to you now, and he will respond when he's enjoying his biryani later, and then you can have a nice chat.
Now, since 2007 I had applied, can I expect in 2010?
You give me the copy of 2007, I'll reply the whole query.
Thank you, sir. Okay, with that, we come to the end of this session. I guess one thing that's emerged out of this session is that long-term vision and a long-term planning is required. Of course, land acquisition will be key to infrastructure development. We just have one last ceremony. I would request Chairman Airport Authority to give out the mementos to our panelists.